Emirates is continuing its push for larger aircraft to be built, prompting Airbus and Boeing to consider next-generation programs. Aviation Week's daily memo highlighted the requirement for larger versions of existing aircraft models to meet demand from the Dubai-based operator moving forward. While Emirates has long championed the release of quad-engined aircraft models such as the A380neo, we know this has not eventuated, and as a result, if the company wants to acquire an aircraft it believes is ideal, it has to look to engage in discussions elsewhere for different products. Even though Emirates can continue to push for the release of larger aircraft, specifically through nowadays the A350 and 777X series per this report, its two flagship long-haul products, it does not ultimately have the final say in whether or not a model will firmly enter production. Across the 777X and A350 programs, the two largest models are the 777-9 and the A350-1000, respectively, but these bases are still unlikely to be seen as sufficient for Emirates as it moves into future decades. One of the more highly touted models that has not been approved is the proposed 777-10, an extension of the 777-9. If released, it would serve as a stretched model with a larger capacity point, becoming the largest twin-engine passenger plane ever built, and if executed, this model would feature a maximum capacity of well over 400 passengers in various configurations, providing premium airlines like Emirates the opportunity to experiment with their interior layout. During the 2010s, a feasibility study was conducted to explore the prospective 777-10 and what it would offer airlines and Boeing itself. However, for a host of reasons, progress has not been made on this model. With challenges in the MAX program, even the 777X not having launched with customers, the release of a new endeavour has just seemed so far-fetched, given that priorities have been elsewhere in rebuilding the damaged business. While technical feasibility offers the opportunity to launch, Boeing did truly look to consider the option, and it still means the company could act on the variant if it believes there's enough interest and if it makes sense on all accounts. Meanwhile, in recent times there has been talk that an A350-2000 type model, essentially think of it as a stretched version of the A350-1000, could be appealing to some. However, Airbus said in 2019 that it was satisfied with its A350 program lineup, and now, if anything, it's focusing on the A350F and the A350-1000 ULR as two upcoming models in the series, alongside production increases. Emirates' request for larger planes has ultimately centered most of all around the A380neo I mentioned at the beginning of the video, a prospective new engine model for the A380-800 that has not been realised. The Dubai-based carrier has on multiple occasions championed the release of this aircraft, hoping that Airbus will greenlight the project, even confirming it would order many units. Emirates has pushed so hard that it claims to have sent designs to Airbus to help launch the plane. However, despite its continued attempts throughout the 2010s and even 2020s, its dream aircraft has yet to formally arrive. The A380neo, in essence, would offer improved efficiency with at its core new engines, alongside other enhancements, making it hopefully a more desirable option compared to the predecessor model. Emirates remains the largest operator of the Dash 800, having ordered 100 units, and at its peak operating more than 120 of them, far exceeding any other airline's commitment to the series. As a result, the aircraft has really become a cornerstone of the brand, but with the A380 no longer being produced, Emirates has been left scrambling, not just trying to extend the life of the aircraft through the 2040s, but also to find an adequate replacement. With Airbus and Boeing not proceeding with their own dedicated replacement for quad-engine types such as the 380 and 747, Emirates is being forced to look elsewhere to obtain the capacity it so desperately requires, especially for flying in the future into slot-constrained markets, one of its long-standing concerns, which is why it's looked to adopt just so many of these larger aircraft types. I'm keen to hear your take down below in the comments, and if you can see a plane maker ever truly answering the request of the Dubai-based company. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.